It's the Social Drinkers Podcast.
So, like growing up, would y'all say y'all heard conversations about relationships or even different things that y'all maybe shouldn't have been listening to, like about sex?
I was that kid.
That you carried along, like you carried along in your that you carried along once you got older, like old enough to date. Like, did you carry any of those things? Like,
man.
Oh yeah.
Too
short.
Like me, I was
Like
Pimp C.
You know, like I was influenced by them cats, man.
Music. But I meant in the household, not the music, because I knew all the Lil Kim songs that I shouldn't have. But I'm talking about in the household.
But the music, that's what we're saying. Like the music, like we didn't
cause
hear.
we was kind of lame.
Like my father and my uncles, we didn't hear like actual conversations.
Right.
The music spoke.
Yeah.
How they felt at that moment.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like for example,
so they were playing the music that you had no business listening to.
I'm walking around 9, 10 years old. I'm hearing Candy Liquor.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He talking about But I said, this nigga was a freak.
We didn't.
You know, songs like
but remember,
but
Terry,
bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And then as you grow up, one day I was just listening, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And then one day I caught myself, I was like,
well, yeah.
a woman ain't, I told my buddies, I said, hey man, you know what? We still virgins. Women ain't never did nothing to us.
Right, exactly. But you see, right. But you see,
and then nigga say, shut your ass up, nigga. I'm like,
but you know,
but it wasn't until we was that you felt that was true.
Me and Terry wasn't able to listen to rap.
Singing and shit. And then you got girls.
We wasn't able to listen to rap.
Yeah, we ain't start listening.
We was listening to soft rock. We know
soft rock.
Rod Stewart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that.
Journey. Guns and Roses.
Yeah.
And Talking Heads and shit like that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I was no time for fake ones.
In the
do you remember though? It's the one.
Do you remember? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't. You know, we used to have to sneak. Look, one of our cousins older than us, Genesis, right?
Yeah.
Had a Too Short.
That was our first album.
And we memorized the song.
That was our first album. You like to fuck? Oh, you don't want to talk to you like that. You like to make love. That was our first rap album. That was our first rap song. And it was.
I was about 12, almost 13.
Album.
Yeah. I am the rapper that they call for tape. I'm gonna tell you what that was saying. That was our first album. We didn't know nothing about rap, and we got broken with.
Honestly,
shot. Oh my god!
We talking about rap.
So what was this? The 90s, the early 2000s?
I was 13.
Bro, the first rap.
Oh, so I mean, you was listening to it around the same time I was listening to it, like the whole Biggie Tupac feud type era. Oh, I'm so sorry.
They talking about Too Short. Mine was Doggy Style.
Doggy
Snoop
Style.
Dogg.
Yeah.
That was my first album that I bought with my own money.
Look, I ain't had no business listening to it.
Can I say this?
And I said too, you know what the crazy
These
thing
are the
was?
things
I
that shaped
said
our
Snoop was the only man that could call me a bitch. Because the way he said it. That was so chocolate, right? Here's go. And then Too Short, bitch. I was like, he can call me a bitch. Like, because, it's pleasant. You know, the way he said it. He's pleasant, you know?
Like,
Snoop, too.
But as you got older, it's like, man, these was cut.
And then he made you feel like it was okay. I don't mean to cut you off. He made me feel like it was okay to be pimped. Because remember the movie?
Right.
He had when he said, Hawaii. Remember? It was crazy. I was lame. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
Nah, it was just
That's
what we was brought up on.
Let me just say this. Me and my cousins were out like, it ain't no fun if the homie can't have none. Ain't no way I'm going to let the homie have something too. I was not going to let the homie have
my daughter in the car one day, and I was like,
the part Nate Dogg was saying.
oh man, my God, let me turn this shit off. We used to listen to this shit.
You know what I broke out saying? He just had a little concert the other day on TV. And I was in there talking about, ooh, Hey, now you know. And the, 1 for the money, 2 for the bitches, 3 to get ready before I hit the switch. Remember he was saying it ain't no fun. Yeah,
that was Warren G.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
I listen to that shit now. I be like, I don't even listen to rap no more. Really, I listen to certain
If the homie
ones, but I go back to my old school rap now and then. But I don't really listen to rap that
I'm
much.
getting old, so for me, it's
like
a bunch
trap.
of noise.
Yeah.
And now it's a bunch of fake singing.
Yeah.
Really?
That's why honestly.
Yeah, I think auto-tune ruined.
Yeah, and Rob, like my daughter
It did.
loves
It
Rod
did.
Wave, and it's like he's fake singing. That's
You know
the new
what
thing.
though? If you listen to Rod,
I'm not saying it. I'm not gonna say
Rod
it's all
helps
the way.
kids deal with a
but-
lot of trauma.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
he has a lot of rejection issues based off of the songs. I'm like, gosh, he
If
make
you
you want to
listen
go
to
in
what
a.
he
Yeah.
like, I hear my nephew, I hear my son, and my son send a song to me. And then when I sit up and listen to it myself, because I'm not lying, I love trap music. I like all kind of music. But
Jeezy.
yeah.
I like that boy.
103.
I like big the plug.
You talk about big.
Yeah, I like him.
X,
Yeah, big
Yeah,
X.
I was like, nah, put a
Okay,
shirt
we
on.
off topic. I'm sorry.
I know, right?
We went somewhere else. I'm sorry.
I mean,
my
we
bad.
talk about childhood.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm sorry. We sorry.
Because what I'm saying is,
But like at the end of the day, when you talking about childhood, like far as upbringing, yeah, our parents was there, but a lot of people don't understand the effect of the music
had a
at that
lot.
time.
Yeah.
Growing up, it shaped us in a way. Like we knew, like for example, we knew not to listen to this, but we listened to it anyway because we was curious. That's when the if you talking about some gangster stuff going down, yeah, we doing before it's the sexual part. We listened to it. It was a lot of sexual stuff out
It
there
was.
at that time. So we was curious, and that's what shaped us growing up.
Right.
So now when people talk about like my oldest, she like Glorilla and Sexy Red.
I love them
I
also.
gotta
I ain't
be
lying.
careful
I love them red
of
toes
not
too.
to judge her because the music I was listening to.
Yeah.
it's no different.
It's no different.
And
Look
I'm like,
him,
let me-
But it was coming
hardcore.
from the
I
males.
was like, hold on, let me-
Look
let me-
him,
let-
hardcore,
let-
man.
let me-
That's
I
what
knew
I
every
wanna
song
hear.
front to back.
The music we were listening to created them.
Let me like, and
That's
then
right.
my wife, she don't judge because my wife, she probably get mad, but she at that time she like Lil' Kim.
She's a me, yeah.
That was
She's a
her
you.
era.
Right.
That was growing up.
But I
Lil'
was
Kim.
lame.
But-
So
and
we
you-
can't really say too
Right.
much about.
Yeah, because the music we listen to, that's what girls was doing to fit
Yeah,
in.
Luke.
Right.
You know, hey, that's my little sister. Everybody in the group messing around with her, you know, because, oh, that's my little sister. That's my little brother. That's my brother. Everybody in the crew, that's her brother. That's our sister. But they was influenced by the music we listened to, and that's the Sexy Reds and all that. That's from the music we was listening to back then.
Sexy Red
That's-
is nothing but Little Kim. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, but all that
Nah,
was
I
birthed
actually
from
think
that. Like I
Soulcial
tell them
is
old
like him.
heads all the time, y'all the reason. Oh, this is another topic, another
But-
day.
So let me just bring it back to the topic. Let me bring it back to the
I
topic.
got a crush on Soulcial.
Do you Suki with the good Gucci?
Now she not,
But look,
she not that little Scorpio
Suki,
So
Suki
she
with
not
the
crazy.
good.
It's her
Ooh,
authentic self.
every time Megan and Stein come on, I say, there go your girl. I said, you sure right. I love some Megan. I'm just
yeah.
That's just
I
me.
ain't
so
gonna lie.
Houston,
Yeah.
I'm just that's just me.
Guilty pleasure.
Man,
Yeah.
He sound
Okay,
like the Rock.
next.
Remember they said, who would be your pet? He said, Meg Thee Stallion.
What she say?
Well, why you
She
say that? We don't need to
He
talk
said, Rock.
about
He said,
that.
don't answer that.
Yes.
Meg Thee Stallion.
yeah, what she say? I'm gonna bounce on them like booty cheeks. I said, okay, Meg.
Meg,
But we gonna bring it back a little bit.
bring it in.
So
Ooh, that wop. I'm sorry.
look at Do your wife cook and clean? No, I'm playing in the song. She said I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me tell you, I got this ring.
Yeah, she ended up getting that ring for
But at least, Sukiana, she I love Suki. She her own authentic self.
Yeah.
But she talking about eat a nigga ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna pass on that. I don't want no
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, yeah.
Look.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen, not to go there, but I don't want no man that want me playing with his butt. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Listen, I think I need to hook you up with my brother. Move along. We gonna move along.
We gonna edit this. Let's go. So everybody like, oh.
I got you.
That's that white liquor. But anyway.
Matter of fact, we're going to cut. We're going to do part 2 next week.
But I was going to say, so in your experience, do you feel like dated somebody similar to your mom? Well, for the men, mom. For the women, dad. Would you say?
I put it like this. Well, that is a good question. That's a good question. I put it like this. The women that I dated, I wanted to see my mom in them.
That's a good thing.
Let me say that. Let me put it like that. But once I never saw them, I'm like, nah, you can't. No. Because I know what I bring to the table. I know my attitude. I know what I bring.
And the example your mom said.
And the example that my mama put in me. Like, my first thing I saw, I'm checking the woman. I'm okay. You know, okay, you fine. But at the end of the day, can you pray over me?
Ooh, come on.
You better say it.
Look, I'm 15, 16, 17 thinking this.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
was
my
that
mama
way.
was doing with me. And my mama, she was very protective. So that's the first thing I'm like, okay, for one, what's your religion? Because I'm big on it. Second, can you pray over me? Or what's your intentions with me?
Right.
That was it. Those were the main two. Like, and that was the first thing me and my wife was when I was dating. Well, we met in church, so I already knew that was a check, so we was good. But the fact that outside of that, I'm like, okay, if I met a woman outside of the church house or whatever, my thing is, okay, yeah, you fine, you got a good thing going on, but what is your relationship with Christ like? That's
I was
me.
like that.
That's me
big
personally.
for me.
Everybody's different. Everybody got their own belief. I get it. But far as for me and my household,
We gonna serve the Lord.
bam. So yeah, you felt like okay. What's your intentions? So that was my thing. So once I didn't find that in that particular lady or woman, we can have fun. Good. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna last long because
It also says you hold your mom to a high standard.
Exactly.
That's a good thing because what I learned is pay attention to how a man treats his mother and a woman in his life.
Everything.
And I learned that. I learned a hard lesson about that. Like, you know, when I seen how a guy talked to his mom, I should have ran.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
He gonna talk to you the same way.
Yep. So that is very important.
That was my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, you want? Well, I think every woman I've in my past, they was total opposite. I'm married now to the woman that I'm married to now. She's like a mom / baby sister. Because my sister was a lot like my mom in so many ways. Would you agree? So I think my wife now,
that's sweet.
She's a lot like my wife. So that's why sometimes I think when me and my wife, we get in a lot of stuff and I be like, all right, well, what I'll say, well, I think you should do this or this here. And then I'll be like, well, you know, at the end of the day, it's your decision. Because with my sister and my mother, you know, they was headstrong women. They gonna do it the way they gonna do it. And they'll figure it out. And that's how I am with my wife, because she's like my mother.
That groomed you to know how to deal with her.
Yeah, so my wife, she's got a lot of traits like my mother and my sister. So I'll be like, yeah, you know, like this here, you should do this. But I know she gonna end up doing it the way she gonna take in consideration of what I say, but she gonna do it her way. And then I'll be like, and then she make a mistake, and I am not go. She just like my mom and my sister. I ain't gonna say that she make a mistake.
And let me say this though, Terry, not to cut you off. Let me say this: being friends with your wife, she values your opinion a lot. Because I hear Terry says, Terry says a lot.
Yeah.
So for me, not, being a married woman, that's something I want, because when you look for a man, you want somebody that's going to lead you.
Yeah.
So if she can take what you say and it be law, that's a big thing.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So when you said like little sister part, I got that.
Yeah. I just led. That's how I was with my mom. My mama was the same way. That's how daddy was. He say,
that's what I say. You
he'll
probably got
sit
a lot
back and
from
he'll do
dad,
that, and he'll say what he say. And what I do, that's how my dad was with my mama. You put this and you put this side, and you let them pick.
Right.
I'm not the old school cat. I'm more of a new millennium. I'm a new guy. Like, I believe my wife. I believe I'm a female. I'm a feminist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I say that. I believe a woman can do. If she want to get out there, you want to play NFL? Get on out there. That's me. I'm not gonna. Right. I believe that a man's supposed to leave his home. Yeah, but if my wife, she does the same. She's in the same career field as me. Hey, she want to drive truck.
Right.
Get out there. I'm not finna take that away from you. I'm not finna stop it. But that's why when me and her talk, hey, you cook, I clean. If you want to try something, I'm gonna sit down side of you, and you gonna say, what you trying to do, baby? And she say this, and then I say, well, if I was you, I would do it this way, this way, this way. I give her my input on it, and then I step back.
Let me ask you a question. You think, like, the older you got, like, the things that's in daddy?
There's a lot.
Yeah, because daddy had those traits. He would sit back and he would let mom,
Yeah.
And
that's why I end up marrying a woman that's more like mine.
Now you get it.
I get it, and it works better for me, and it just, I don't have to, be like, hey, because me, some days, I know this finna sound bad, some days I don't feel like being the head.
Right.
Sometimes I don't feel like being the head. Because this is the day we live in. I'm not a man because I'm calling the shots. I'm the man. I gotta lead. I lead, but I know when to step in. You know what I'm saying? But some days I want to say, baby, do your thing. Well, she asked me for my advice and say, yeah, you should do this, and I get back. And I let her do her thing.
It's respectful.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not. What makes a man? You got these guys running around talking about alpha male and the male and all this here. I don't put myself in none of that category. I'm Terry.
You love somebody like you want to be loved.
I do, and I'm fair. Am I a good man? I don't consider myself as a good man. I consider myself as a fair man. You know what I'm saying? And my wife. They say in the Bible, you go in the Bible, say your wife is not your equal and all that, but, she's a human being. I feel like so I married somebody like my wife.
Right.
So, and I handle her like I seen a person with that kind of, with that authority. Like somebody with that can handle,
Right.
And every other woman I've ever been with, when shit go bad, they say, every time some shit go bad, they look at you. You like, I don't know what to do. What the fuck are you looking at me? Like, I don't know either, goddamn.
Right.
The light gonna get cut off. Shit, I mean, goddamn. The fuck you want me to do? Right. I need somebody that's gonna say,
somebody that can help you figure it out.
Baby, let's do this.
Right.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Right.
When
things get hard for you, she know how to pick up.
Right.
Sometimes I could be defeated. I'm not gonna show it because I'm the man. But shit. Sometimes you need somebody that's going on the side of you and say, hey, baby, I fucked that up. You sure did, baby. I'm sorry, man. I'll do better next time. You know what I'm saying? So I got somebody like my mom. That's what's up. I went off the deep end.
I've always had somebody. I was toxic. That's why I say you making me reach far. Cause I'm like Scorpio. I'm kind of feisty. I'm kind of.
How were you toxic, and what part of your childhood might have led to that?
Say that again, cause your voice is kind of quiet storm.
Toxic? And what in your childhood
exciting. Talking to people like they're this small. Talking to a man belittling him.
Wow.
But we're being transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always been that daddy's girl. My daddy never whooped me once. Right? He never whooped me once. He felt, and I'm not gonna lie, I've always been the peculiar kid. I sit back, I think spiritual. I've always been that kid, sit back and think about things. Mm-hmm. But I've always been attacked by the enemy as a kid. Wow. So, yeah, I didn't understand myself. And I seen all these women that were saying that you're supposed to submit. I'm looking up to all of y'all. And I'm watching a lot of y'all allowing y'all husbands to treat y'all like shit. So, you know what it made me say? I'm not going to be her. Y'all all say I'm beautiful. I've always been told you so pretty. Yeah. You so this. So why should I have to take it? But the thing is, sorry. You know, he's been laughing at me since we've been kids. Like,
Brittney, I didn't start going to school. I didn't start getting in trouble till I started going to school with this motherfucker, man. Excuse my language.
Because I'm a realist. I'm going to look at it like, now you're standing here telling me to believe in this. But why the fuck are you doing this?
Right. Yeah.
It don't add up. I'm going to hit you in your mouth. You stand in a child's place. Kids ought to be heard, seen and not heard. Now, that ain't what you told me.
You're right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, I was a kid that was just a little different. God showed me certain things early. But the way it changed, in my relationship made me toxic. I didn't want to be none of the women because it made me lose respect. So it made me go, I don't want to be them. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. And then I was doing it, but I was bringing toxic, and the image everybody was giving like everything is perfect in the household.
Right.
So I was living like everything's fine. I wouldn't talk to everybody about everything because you have to be pretty, you have to be this, you have to be that. Oh, the outside, I'm amazing. But I'm crying on the inside. Brittney is this, Brittney that. She always got, but I'm crying on the inside. And I brought that into my relationship. So now, in this new marriage.
I was going to get to that. Like, do you feel like, is that where you are now? Or have you overcame that? And how did you overcome that?
My mother,
and this is for everybody.
Made it horrible. It made it even worse. My mom's death. It made it worse.
Not even that. What I'm saying
with her,
is,
God, and everybody else.
So that was you in the past. What got you to the point where you were able to overcome your toxicity? And this is for everybody. Like, let's say, if you didn't have any toxic ways, then you don't have to answer. But if you did, what got you over that toxicity? What changed you? So now in your current marriage, you're not that person. What was it that got you to that point?
At the end of the first marriage, high school sweethearts, all of that. I changed at the end of that because what I was running from, that my mom and my dad was real spiritual people. I was running from a calling that God had on me. And I finally surrendered. And said, God, right? God, I surrender. Because my mama had left. And I couldn't run to her no more. And Daddy was scared. And he was feeling defeated. Because he felt like he failed. And then my guardian angel had to go on with his life. So I'm in this situation like, who do I call? I can't call Terry every day. Who do I call? I got to look up.
Right.
And I had to put him first. And my mama, that's the best thing she could have gave me was God. And when I came to him, and like you say, everybody believes are not the same, but in my heart, that's what stirred me. And I was that rebellious kid. But if you see me now, people see me now, I wouldn't even talk. I was just a pretty mean face. Just sit back and just look. But if you see me now, and the way I love bringing souls to God and saved, it's totally different. But now, and God lined me up with a boyfriend that's another story. Way back in my childhood, brought him back, and he was his friend, and he's my best friend to this day.
Got it. See? I'm going to speak on that topic. For me, I got tired because my actions were not getting the results that I wanted. So for me to get different results, it required for me to put in work to change.
Right. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
That's very.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
And do you feel like your childhood gave you strong foundations?
Oh yeah.
Values and different things because nobody's parents were perfect, but what would you say were some strong foundations that they instilled in you?
Man, that commercial you can learn from a dummy. I mean, it's got a commercial that say you can learn a lot from a dummy. I mean, sometimes just being around them, just seeing a lot of things that they should have did, and the things that they did right, and the things that they didn't do right. I learned from all of it. I appreciate everything. It tailored me to who I am. You know, all the ingredients is in the bowl.
The gumbo.
It just but life. All they put all the ingredients in the bowl. But life now, since I've been an adult, that's like a cookie cutter. That's what cut it out. But all the ingredients came from those messed up people with their flaws and the things that they were going through, and this person was going through, and this person I seen did this to that person. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I even learned from my sisters. Everything around me I took, and it made me into who I am today.
And you gotta be willing.
So you learn from everybody, the good and the bad.
The good and the bad and the ugly.
One thing my dad used to say, you can learn something from a dummy.
You can learn a lot from a dummy.
Be a damn dummy.
You learn a lot from a dummy. A lot of what not to do. Like I will not be that fool.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate everything, man. And everything in my life was tailored. Everything in everybody's life, I look at it and I see it's tailored specifically for them.
That's right.
You know, what I went through.
He don't make no mistakes.
What I went through was, everything I went through was for me. It was designed for me. If somebody else go through what I went through, it might kill them. If I go through what somebody else went through, it might kill me because it wasn't designed for. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I appreciate everything, man. All that.
That's right.
Everything.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have people all the time say we've been through a lot. But that's all right.
So let me just say this. Like tonight we have had a time. Like this was like definitely a great topic. I think that we're going to close it out tonight, but we definitely are going to revisit this.
Okay.
For sure.
There are like some, more, like this is such a topic that I feel like we only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like the next time we can dig a little deeper.
Right.
But I just want to thank everybody for being here. This was my first time, so I thank all of the support and all of the participation. Showing on the back end, thank you.
Because it's different levels to this. We went a couple of levels, but that's like we still covering childhood, teenagers.
Right.
We ain't went off into the
adulthood.
the after
and the aftermath of all the situations.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So we are definitely going to talk about this topic more, and this is just the beginning. We have some great topics that we're going to cover. So thanks to everybody that's here tonight and the people that are going to tune in and share this. So share it. Good night to everybody.
Good night.
All right.
Oh, and one thing I'm gonna say that one thing. I know we gotta go. One thing that I learned from Brittney and just in life, period. Through it all, like they always say, be blessed that the stuff that you went through in life, cause somebody got it worse,
right,
than what you got it. Exactly. So at the end of the day, you went through your stuff. You went through your stuff, bro. But at the end of the day, we are here. We are a testament.
That's right.
Our story made us where we are today.
Yes,
to the point where
right.
we see this. Okay, I
That's
can
right.
make it. If you made it through this, I can make it through that.
Yeah, be open
So
vessels.
be grateful.
Right.
Yeah, we went through some stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the fact that somebody got it worse than us, we actually are blessed.
Nigga, we made it.
We made
they say
it.
if you throw, they say if everybody in the room throw their problems in the air, and you gotta search for yours.
But that's all.
I've never heard that one, but
Where my problems? Where my problems?
That's right.
Oh, I got it.
Waking up with a
I love that.
Oh my God.
right.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
I'm grateful for y'all, man.
it's all about being grateful
Yeah.
and being and just thank God for life.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
come
because
on.
that's
And
the
abundantly.
The thing is, the parents did the best that they could for what they had.
That's right.
Shout out to the parents.
Right? Shout out. Just like with us right now, we're parents. We're all of us up here parents. We're doing the best that we can of what
That's
got
right.
brought down to us.
Right.
And just learning through trial and error. So the next generation that we raise, they going to say the same thing about us.
Yeah.
It's the Social Drinkers Podcast.